Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do Soul Calibur 6 online gameplay with Siegfried. Real quick, for every 50 subscribers this channel gets, I'm going to do a $50 giveaway to one lucky subscriber either through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you happen to have your own YouTube channel, I will subscribe to your channel as well. I think all YouTube creators should subscribe to one another's channel and help each other's channel grow. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and hit the like button down below. Don't forget to check out the community page to see the latest image poll. Also, I have a new playlist called Announcements, so if you want to stay informed with everything you need to know about this channel, upcoming events, raffles, and giveaways, that's the place to check it out. And if you want to support this channel, any donation, big or small, will help the channel grow. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, here we go. Let's see who our opponent's going to be. Sayu. Is that from Tekken? Nah, hold up. It is. That's Link Xiaoyu. Nice. I'm always happy to see Tekken 7 characters here in Soul Calibur 6. Because Soul Calibur 6 has more options of creating pretty much anyone you want from any gaming system. And that I love that about Soul Calibur 6. I really do. And wow, it's good to see her. And she got the first hit. Damn. Okay. It's gonna be a very good fight. That's a nice I like that outfit of her. Nice. Oh, but she is not playing around. Hold up. Back up, girl. Anyways, let's get into the man story real quick, Mr. Siegfried. So in his biography, it says here, in Soul Edge, right? During the late 16th century, the oppressed peasants of Germany were revolting against the Holy Roman Empire, okay? With its forces weakened by the Italian wars, the German peasants finally had a fighting chance. One of the champions of the people, a brave knight named Frederick. Now that's what it says here. Not Siegfried, they call him Frederick. Met and fell in love with a woman named Margaret while on the campaign. And they spent the night together. When Frederick returned after 9 months of battle, he rejoiced that Margaret was giving birth to his son, who was named Siegfried. Do you see what happened there? So that was his daddy, and now we got Siegfried's story. So he was born. After the famous hero, over the course of the next 10 to 15 years, Frederick spent a lot of time teaching his son swordsmanship. Okay, pretty good. Embarking on a foraging crusade, Frederick promised Margaret that he would return. Unfortunately, without his father's guidance, Siegfried began to socialize with a delinquent clan of teenagers. And he soon became the leader of their band of thieves known as the Schwarzwind? My German is not good at all. Sorry about that. Meaning Black Wind. So that's the meaning of that name. So, in a misguided act of national pride or nation's pride, the band decided devised a plan to attack the knights who ran away from the crusade, as they were bound to carry valuable possessions and were too cowardly to deserve respect in any case. That night, hold up, I'm not gonna say that German name, but what was the meaning again? It was Black Wind. So it says that night, Black Wind ambushed a group of warriors who were weary soldiers, too tired to even retaliate. Siegfried even managed to kill the commander himself. Whoa, we're going to a final round here. Hold up, I gotta win this. This is my YouTube channel, boy. Nah, bro, Tekken or not, you gotta go down, girl. Finish him. Whoosh. Anyways, let me go back. So it says several the commander's severed head in triumph. The moonlight shone on his face, and Siegfried screamed as he realized he held the head of his own father in mere seconds. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, pause, bro. Whoa, hold up. His father's troop, and he killed his father. Holy shit. I didn't know this. Let me read this again to you guys. Wow, hold up. Fuck the wind real quick. Alright. Let's go back. Okay, so the Black Wind ambushed a group of war-weary soldiers too tired to even retaliate. Siegfried even managed to kill the commander himself, but as he held the commander's severed head in triumph, the moonlight shone on its face, and Siegfried screamed as he realized he was holding the head of his own father. In mere seconds, Siegfried's mind had broken, upon which point he ran straight into the forest. Wow. Holy shit. Damn. I didn't know this. This is news to me, guys. Wow. Alright, so he ran into the forest. It says becoming more and more insane as he remembering over his previous actions, until he came to the point at which his physically and his mental state convinced himself that his father was murdered actually by some other than himself, that someone else did the job. Hearing rumors of the invincible Soul Edge, Siegfried came to believe his father's killer could only be killed by this said weapon. He traveled first to Ostrasburg Castle, the refugees of the noble Sir Stefan, who he believed to be the possessor of the Soul Edge, and he joined its forces as his lackey, rising up the ranks with the hopes of acquiring Stefan's self-proclaimed legendary blade. During the siege of the castle, Siegfried saw an opportunity to take Sir Stefan's prized possession, the sword, the green blade, and killed him, running off with it into the Black Woods. Holy shit. So this guy not only was a bad seed running with the bad crowds, but then he killed his father, and then went on a murderous rampage, and convinced himself that it was somebody else who killed his father. Met up with somebody else, killed him, stole his weapon, and he likes running into the woods apparently. Holy shit. So nearby the castle, but the sword held no power. Frustrated and continued to search for weeks for Soul Edge, growing increasingly more insane for its power as time passed, he finally managed to come across the legendary weapon Soul Edge. Lying besides the defeated corpse of a dead pirate, Cervantes the Leon, or let's just say Cervantes, but as he reached for it, the corpse lit up in a hellish blaze of fire and attacked him. Siegfried rise with his sword and defeated the fairy Inferno, breaking the sword, in the process earning the right to wield Soul Edge for himself. Wow, again, we're going to a final match. I cannot lose this. Hold up. Ooh, sorry man, you're not gonna take this victory from me real quick. I'm just saving up my power so I could catch you with the special, but first, let's weaken you because you're a little too strong right now. Doosh, doosh. Nope, block that shit. And got him. Oh, hold up. Let's see if I can finish it with the special. Got him. Aw, you quit. What a bitch move. You're making all our Tekken characters look bad by doing that. Wow, that's messed up, bro. I even gave you the chance for the rematch, and then you're just gonna quit because I caught you with the special, bro. That's just a bitch move. I'm sorry. Let's see how our next opponent is. Oh, great, a 2B. Here comes the spamming buttons. Whatever. So let's go back to the story real quick. Alright, so let's get back into the story. So at the precise moment Siegfried obtained the cursed blade, the evil seed manifested right from him, and a beam of light that rained across the entire world, leading only to the death and destruction. Right? At that moment, Siegfried heard the voices of the wicked sword, who arranged a deal with him. Siegfried will help the blade to restore itself by gathering souls, and Soul Edge will resurrect his father, Frederick. Siegfried accepted and carried the blade into many slaughters until he finally, came subdued, like he succumbed to the sword restoring powers, transforming himself into the Asura Nightmare. Wow. So in SOULCALIBUR Legends, Siegfried is saved from the evil seed by a group sent by the Masked Emperor to investigate it. Once brought to him, the Emperor requested that he resurrected Soul Edge to defeat the autonomous Sultan, the barbarians, who wielded the Soul Calibur. He was reluctant, and after 6 months was brought before the Emperor again, and again his request was made. The Emperor reminded Siegfried of his father, who lived in the Empire's service and died protecting it, and he finally accepted the request, starting a journey alongside Isika, Farkas, and a court jester of Ivy. Wait, a court jester and Ivy. Not that Ivy is a court jester. Let me fix that real quick. During the 2 months, Siegfried traveled around the world gathering Soul Edge shards and receiving help from Sophia, Astro, Alpha, Mitsuyuri, Taki, and Lloyd Ivory, eventually forming a bond with them despite the fact that they all wished to either take Soul Edge away from him or destroy it. Along the way, Siegfried managed to fight off several key creatures, the guardians of the Soul Edge shards like Fafnir, a dragon, and let me see what it says here. Restore Soul Edge power using Soul Edge. Siegfried defeats the barbarians and his army of evil. The masked Emperor gets Soul Calibur and reveals that she plans to defend her people by annihilating all possible enemies using the combined power of Soul Calibur and Soul Edge. However, the Emperor is unsuccessful in seizing Soul Edge from Siegfried, and in events seeming similar to the evil seed taking place during their battle, the other members of Siegfried's group are trapped in an alternate realm, and the power of the evil is increasing. Siegfried realized that Soul Edge's evil nature and that himself had murdered his father and decided to seal Soul Edge. Right? The fighting inferno, when the demon tries to stop him in its form of nightmare, he defeats the inferno and succeeds in sealing Soul Edge, replacing it with the sword Requiem. Siegfried saved his allies, and all together they march against the Empire's army. Siegfried managed to confront and defeat the masked Emperor and stops her conquest. However, as he leaves her Soul Calibur and Soul Edge behind, Iska, the court jester and traveling companion of Siegfried, betrays him and takes both swords, revealing that the masked Emperor was not homunculus, and fights Siegfried, killing Isika. Siegfried stands victorious despite the power of the sword, and it says here, in his dying breath, Isika reveals the truth of why he did what he did. He had lost his sister to his power of the Barbaros and wishes not to lose anything else. And so he was driven to the edge of madness, in which he created a false human, being the masked Emperor. Even though going as far as making it look like his sister, as Isika dies, he exclaims that in the end all will betray Siegfried, and that all those with power will prevail in the end, leaving those without it to suffer, ultimately die. Just like him, as Siegfried leaves the castle behind alone, he takes the unsealed Soul Edge with him, again claiming that he regretted not being able to save you, my friend, Iska. Sometimes later that night, in the dark blue armor is seen next to the European city Soul Calibur. So now this is Soul Calibur. First was Soul Edge, this is Soul Calibur. During the following 3 years, he gathered together a group of followers: the Golem Astra, the Lizardman, and the Alchemist Ivy. Each of them aided him in Soul Edge's request to devour souls, and ceremony to be performed in his chosen stronghold, the Ostrovberg Castle. But as the ceremony was about to take place, the clan was quickly laid to waste. Both Eon Kalkos and Astra were defeated, and Ivy left the clan after learning the shocking truth of her horrifying past from the Fuma ninja Taki. 2 young warriors confronted Nightmare after slaying many golems. Killik, owner of both the sacred staff, and King Kali Yuga, a scare-mirrored, I cannot pronounce these names, an owner of the which revealed itself to Soul Calibur. Alright, so basically it was a band of four groups. And the battle between the swordsmen took place in a vortex of hellfire, an evil energy summoned by Soul Edge. After raging battle of the evil sword shattered and nightmare, and Soul Edge fell into a collapsing void. With Soul Edge severely weakened, Siegfried regained some of his humanity. Along with his lucidity came the horrifying memories of the sins he had committed, as well as the fear and anger of those who were slaughtered by him. Moreover, he realized that he had been the one who murdered his father, and that his resurrection was only an illusion brought by his mind. Expelled from the void into an unfamiliar place, Siegfried disappeared into the night, the evil sword still in his grip. But Soul Edge was not weaker now, and splinters of itself were left in Siegfried's footsteps. Siegfried meditated on all he had done and eventually learned to accept his responsibility for his sins. He planned to return to his mother, who had no knowledge of anything that occurred during or after that night 3 years ago. But just as he was about to knock on the door, he couldn't hear his mother praying, and concluded that if he was not to be successful in his new resolve, he must distance himself from society so that he would never kill again. He could not see his mother until he was fully redeemed, but he knew he was not yet atoned for. For every time he awoke from a night's rest, he found his new Requiem, his Zweihander Requiem, covering blood, and he would be surrounded by corpses of victims he had all presumably murdered in his sleep. Holy shit. So now in SOULCALIBUR 2, damn, so this guy's story is amazing. I have to do another video so I can get through all of this. Hold on. So now in SOULCALIBUR 2, okay, so Siegfried was aware that although he had regained his sanity and learned to accept his past sins from 3 years ago, he was not yet fully redeemed. He knew that Soul Edge still held power over him, but now he uses the strength in his sleep, and no matter how hard he tried not to fall asleep again, he will always eventually give in, and the darkness will continue to operate at night in his subconscious. He tried to forsake the civilization, forsake them, and as far as he could go, so that no person could ever be corrupted by the dark energy of the Soul Edge, but to no avail. 4 years have passed, so this guy secluded himself, and it's crazy, like, so trying to do the good thing, seclude himself so nobody else will be consumed by Soul Edge. But either way, you can't stay awake forever, so every time he will fall asleep, the darkness will always continue to take over. So 4 years has passed, and he had eventually assumed the Asura armor for the second time, becoming Nightmare all over again. And I think that's just a great story, like, I really do. But I ran out of time, guys. I will do a part 2 for Siegfried's story so I could continue it, because it's only SOULCALIBUR 2. I still have all the other ones, and I never realized how rich and cool his story is. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. See you guys on the next one.